Hello, everyone, and welcome to Overthinker. So, on my mind today, I watched uh, the Tulsi Gabbard leaving the Democratic Party, listened to the audio of it rather. If you don't know who that is, she's just a political candidate, basically. In simplest terms, she was running for presidency. She's been part of the Democratic Party for a long time, and she made an announcement that she was leaving the Democratic Party and calling for other Democrats to do the same, which I most certainly have a huge amount of respect for. That's, you know, for her to still have as much hope as she does and to make a move like that, it almost gives me hope. I'll say almost. But into the point of this video, the reason I'm saying that is in that video, she talked a little bit how we're basically Congress, big tech companies, big corporations, things like that, are controlled by a culture of wokeness that is, able to live on due to fear or something to that extent. I'm sure I'm phrasing that poorly, but I I don't know. I have mixed opinions about that because I think that perhaps a portion of it is fear. People don't want to get fired from their jobs due to what HR departments or whatever. I don't know. But I also have I think it's a lot of other things, and that's why I say fear, distrust, or disassociation. It's probably a little bit of all of that. What I mean by that is there's probably a portion of people that again, they won't do or say anything because they're scared of the repercussions or what will happen to them. I think there's probably a larger number of people who do not think that they can, there's no way to help or change anything, right? Like anytime you try and implement a law or not implement a law, rather get rid of stuff or make it so that the people are choosing the law. How do I put this? So anytime somebody goes to try to change school curriculum nowadays, when parents get together and say, we don't like what our kids are being taught, and they go in there and try and do things the democratic way, and just nothing happens, like they can't do anything and nothing changes, and basically the government controls your kids sort of thing. So that's why I say, there's probably a larger number of people who just don't have any faith anymore that they can do anything. They just distrust the system entirely, so they just don't do anything. I think that's highly possible. Perhaps I'm one of them. And I'm saying this because I don't think it's fear that controls me when I, you know, don't say or don't do things. Perhaps it's just pure laziness. That's, you know, that an argument could definitely be made for that. But I also don't have any faith that doing anything the right way can change. Well, I have a different definition of the right way. Let's put that out there, but we'll talk about that a different time. But doing things the democratic way that is written in the law, the way you're supposed to do it, I don't have any faith that that will work. But then the final thing, which perhaps is also partly me, and I think might be even the largest portion of people allow, stupid things to happen, this stupid wokeness, laws being written into place, freedoms being taken from people. I think that the last thing that controls people is disassociation. And I mean that not in I mean it in a controlled way. Like people are choosing to just not care anymore or not even be a part, to just act as if things aren't affecting them, which is probably the healthiest and happiest way to do it, if we're being honest, to just live your own life and disassociate from the things that are happening, perhaps not directly to you. Maybe some of the things are, but the things that the things that are happening in our world around us, or our country around us, or our city around us, or our county, I don't know, right? So I think that's what I'm trying to say is I don't think it, like, everybody always keeps saying that we're controlled by fear and everybody's scared of what will happen to them and that's why these things are allowed to happen. And I think that the largest portion of people just don't care, and they just don't think anything can happen, or just don't want to be a part of it. And so therefore the only people that even have dogs in the fight anymore are the ones who already have control of everything, sort of. So they just kind of do things as they're told to do by whoever bought them out or whatever. I don't know. It's just I don't think it's entirely fear. And that's what everybody keeps saying. And I refuse to let I refuse to let myself think that it's because of fear that I don't do or change things. Maybe it's like a personal fear that I can't do things. Maybe that lines up with the distrust. Maybe it's sort of the same thing, but that's to me that's not a fear. To me it's a fact. Every time anybody tries to change anything in the democratic or correct way, nothing changes. So so maybe it's a different type of fear. Maybe my fear is that nobody will actually do what needs to be done to change things. That's my fear. So perhaps it is fear, just in a different way.